Hello, colleagues. I'm getting messages on my mobile phone that my connection is weak, and I've decided to go live anyway because this has happened before. So let's see what happens. I'm live. Hi. And if you're around, please pop in. I would love you to indicate that you're there with a bit of a heart or a like or a comment, so that we can see if this thing is up and live. Hello, somebody's just arrived. Yay! Hello. I'm greeting you from a very, very hot Santiago. I've positioned myself on the floor today on my yoga mat because it's probably the coolest place in my apartment. Temperatures are soaring into their 30s, so if you see sweat dripping down me, forgive me. But welcome. Hi, Sean. Thanks so much for joining me. And I'm going to just blabber away until a few more people pop into the call. Today I'm talking about social proof. And another word I really like is social sway. So, hello, Sean. So that's the subject matter for this 30-minute info session today. I am offering this up into the group, Coaching via Technology. I'm so delighted to have so many colleagues in this group. And a little later I'll be downloading it and posting it up on my YouTube channel for other people in my network to enjoy. So, yay, people are popping in, and that's awesome. This live feature is rather fun, isn't it? So, today I'm discussing social proof and why social proof is important in your personal branding. And often we tend to think of personal branding as being the logo we create, the key messages on a website. But what I really like to work with the emotional intelligence of the personal brand. So how are we showing up? How are we feeling into our brand and recognizing that how we show up influences how people see us, how we can impact and influence other people. Hey Vic, welcome. Super to see you here. So let's discuss what social proof is. All of us have been subject to this, I'm sure, many times in our lives. An example is if you were walking down one of the streets here in Santiago, in an area called Las Condes, there are restaurants all the way down that street. And some of those restaurants are empty. And when they're empty, we tend to think they're not very popular. Maybe this restaurant is not serving up the best grub. There's one particular restaurant here in Santiago that is super popular. They have a queue that runs down the street. They always have a waiting list. And it's restaurants like that we think, wow, that place must be serving up great food, and we really want to be in on the fun of that. And that's, you know, the basic definition of social proof is if everyone else is doing it, we want to do it too. And celebrities have a lot of influence in the social proof space. If the celebrity announces that they're becoming a vegan, we start to think that being a vegan is a cool thing to do. Or if everybody's on the paleo diet, it gives us proof that the paleo diet must be the way to go. Hello, Stephen. Hello, Bev. Welcome today. Thanks, everyone, for popping into the call. We're talking about social proof and your personal branding. So social proof really is a psychology or a sociology that suggests if this thing is popular or if this celebrity is endorsing this thing, then it is something we want to do. Sadly, it's probably a little bit of the sheeple mentality, but it's a phenomenon we should be aware of in our personal branding. So how does our social proof impact on our personal brands? And for that, I want to share a little story. Perhaps even the inspiration for sharing this information about social proof A woman got hold of me a few weeks ago from Cape Town. She's not a coach. She's a lovely woman. She is really keen. Super Stephen, thanks for popping in. Hi and bye. She is really keen to get out for whatever reason, to move from South Africa and start a new life, a new chapter elsewhere. So she reached out to me to see if I could facilitate that process, if I knew anybody who could help her. And we explored some contacts in my network that I might introduce her to, and we agreed that we would connect on Facebook, and I would then share her information with my network. And when she reached out to me on Facebook, and if this sounds judgmental, guys, forgive me, but I'd like you to think as if I were one of your future clients. So she reached out to me on Facebook, and she, it's obvious, the feed is pretty bad here, I think, too, William. You're saying the feed is bad in Pretoria, and I think it's my feed too. But I'm going to go ahead with it in any case. So this lady reached out to me on Facebook, and she has very few friends, in fact, me, and a Facebook feed that is not demonstrating much care from her side, and her reputation, her social proof with me sadly went down a little bit. So it's horrible, but we developed some degree of thank you for the likes, that's awesome. We develop a degree of credibility by the people that we are surrounded by the way we're showing up in the social media space with our own social proof. So social proof being the psychology that if people see that we are credible, and I'm going to share with you how we do that, then they want to do business with us. So how can we coaches demonstrate that we are credible? How can we demonstrate social proof? Great, some people are popping in and have to pop out, and that's fine because this video will be up on the Coaching via Technology group, and you can check in at any time. So one of the things that we coaches do pretty well in demonstrating social proof is through client testimonials. If a client writes a testimonial and shares that they enjoyed working with us, that they took some value in working with us, that demonstrates to future clients that they can trust us, that we've been tried and tested, and may make them want to work with us. So get your testimonials, put them in places where they are going to be easily seen by your potential clients. LinkedIn is one of the better places to do that. Obviously your websites or on your social media sites, but get clients to write your testimonials and put them out where potential clients can see them. Jeff, I'm going to do that. I'm planning to share this on YouTube too. Thank you, sir. So even for new coaches, some people don't recommend doing free coaching, but if you're starting out, I recommend doing free coaching, free talks, in order to get testimonials that you can start using to build your social proof. So that was testimonials from your clients. Another awesome part of our social proof portfolio are unsolicited testimonials. And these are my favorite. They're unsolicited. We don't ask for them. They just happen. And I'm sure many of you have experienced this, where you wake up one day, you pop onto your Facebook, and some beautiful person has left a picture of you or a link to your website, and they've said, I loved working with Michelle. She's inspirational. She's awesome. And that is one of the finest demonstrations of social proof possible, right? Because I didn't ask and it just kind of happened. So doing such great work that people will pop in and offer you unsolicited testimonials. And another great tool is to provide unsolicited testimonials. So to do shout outs to people where you've enjoyed great service, or they just awesome people in your network, or they've been a terrific inspirer or coach. So for those of you who are connected with me on my personal profile, and you're almost welcome, yesterday I did a shout out to 4 photographers that are in my network, surrounding a post about photography. That demonstrates that I have a network that I count on, that I rely on, and that I really believe they provide great service, and it gives those people social proof because I've just gone ahead and given them a shout out. So we've spoken about testimonials, unsolicited testimonials, both getting them and giving them. One of the other elements of social proof, which is really influencing people to want to work with you and want to be part of your circles, is confidently not selling. As counterintuitive as that sounds, many of us are pretty allergic to the hard selling process. So, hi Lindell, welcome. So sometimes when I go to a coach's business page and I see all the posts, one after the other, are sales posts. I've got a special on this week. Quick jump in because there's only 3 spots. And this week it's a different special from last week, which makes me think they're not really monitoring their page. But the feeling that I get is they're doing the hard sell on me. They need some business. So whilst social media or any online platform is a great sales tool, we need to be very mindful that we're not looking desperate for business, if you know what I mean. So that doesn't demonstrate social proof. Rather, we want to know that coaches are busy, they're successful. Christina, welcome from Chile. So good to have you here. So use your business pages rather to educate, to share the testimonials of people that you're working with, and not just the hard sales thing, which really does say, hey, I'm not busy and I need your help, which is not social proof. So far I've mentioned social proof being this psychology, the sociology that says if something is popular and then it gives credibility. And so if a coach appears to be popular, then I'm going to want to do business with them. Hi, Anjana, welcome. So to do that, I've discussed using testimonials, thumbs up, unsolicited testimonials, both getting and giving them, confidently not selling on your business page or on your profile. Hi. So good to have you. So the other tool is what's called badges. Some coaches do this awesomely well. If you'd like to see an example of badges in use, feel free to go to my webpage. That's Motivcoach.com. And on my About page, I have a section that says, as seen on this article on CNN World, as seen on this person's blog post, as seen on this TV channel. Some coaches are doing this beautifully, and you actually put the logo of the place where you were seen. So you put the CBC logo or you put the TV channel logo, and that people then feel that you're associated with these other impressive brands, and that association is this psychology behind social proof. So go ahead, if you've been featured somewhere, pop those badges in places and put them somewhere prominent that your potential market might see. The other form of social proof is the wisdom of the crowd. So this social, it's like going to that restaurant that's super full, and it leaves you thinking, wow, if this restaurant is popular, this must be the place to be. How we coaches can use the wisdom of the crowd is in our network. Who are the people that we're connected to? And the people who we're connected to somehow give our potential clients the impression that we're well connected and therefore we must be great coaches. So I like to use the wisdom of the crowd by asking questions on my Facebook page. I'm really surrounded by such wise people, and getting these wise people to share their wisdom into the space, which not only makes them look terrific, but it seems to have this impression that I've got this wow network and therefore I must be wow. None of this necessarily is true. Just this week, I had a Facebook chat with somebody who said to me, "You are a terrific coach." And this person has never coached with me, never worked with me. Hello, Ashley, and welcome. So there is no real proof for that person that I'm a terrific coach. There is only social proof. I'm delighted they formed an impression in their mind this way, and that's how psychology works, right? And how personal branding works. So the final of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 elements that I've covered is, sad but true, your subscriber numbers. In this new world of social media that we live in, subscription numbers mean stuff. We know that it doesn't really mean stuff, but it means stuff to the impression that you're making on people. So the number of likes you have on a page, the number of subscribers you have on your YouTube channel, the number of followers you have in your Twitter feed, the number of people who comment or like on a picture or a post you make. All of these numbers leave impressions in people's minds. And there are a variety of tools that you can Google and you can add to your website and various sites that say, hey, I have 1,000 subscribers, so many people have just watched my YouTube clip, whatever those numbers are. You can use these tools to actually demonstrate to people, yes, others in the world are liking this stuff and watching this stuff, and so maybe you should too. So just to recap, social proof is this sociology, the psychology, where we tend to think that something is the right thing to do, the right thing to wear, the right place to go, or the right coach to work with, if everybody else or if other people are endorsing and validating them. I love these likes. Thank you so much, folks. And we can capitalize on that social proof in our own branding by demonstrating that we have worked with people and we succeed with people and people like what we have to say. And we can do that by gathering testimonials from our clients and putting them in prominent places where potential clients can see them. We can hopefully receive unsolicited testimonials from people who have worked with us and loved it. We can offer out unsolicited testimonials to demonstrate that we are well connected and we love our own network and respect them. We can confidently not sell sometimes, but only after giving value, as I know Peter would say if he were on this call, which he's not today. We can place badges where we have once shown up in blogs and interviews and podcasts, show those badges in prominent places, which demonstrates that we are linked to other top quality brands. We can draw on the wisdom of the crowd, which is our own network, getting them to talk and demonstrating that we're surrounded by a great network who love to communicate with us. And we can show our subscription numbers by using tools and demonstrating again that we do have people who validate us, endorse us, and give us that social proof. Finally, at the last, before I close out on this call, I've got a weak connection. I know some others do too. Finally, the thing is not for ourselves to be very aware, to not be swayed so much by that social proof. Maybe the restaurant that's empty is actually serving up awesome food. And maybe it's better to be in the empty restaurant because we're going to get more attentive service. But really being clear about what is swaying us, and whether it's just the social proof that sways us, or whether we are centered in our decisions. So an example might be that everybody says online courses are all the rage and we should be serving up an online course. Even though that doesn't sing to us, we're stretching and forcing ourselves into designing an online course because we're swayed to do so. Another thing is, writing a book is like your business card nowadays. But perhaps writing a book does not really sing to you. And doing so would be pure social sway and not something that you choose. So to be very clear, when the market's shouting, this is the way to go, coaches, you should be doing this, coaches, to get very centered on what it is you're offering up, how you can be unique, how you can create your own social proof instead of relying on the social sway and social proof of others. So I'm going to do a time check, folks. I'm sitting at 25 minutes. It's been a shabby line from my side and from others, but this video clip will be on the Coaching via Technology group. You can check it out at any time, and I'll be uploading it onto YouTube. Thank you so much for being part of my group. Thank you for allowing me to bring my authenticity to bear here, and I hope that there was some value to be gained from today's conversation. Thank you. Loving thumbs up. Have yourselves an awesome weekend, and I look so forward to chatting to you again soon. Ciao.